Hello everybody again, and another D&D video for you guys. Today, it's a little bit different. I'm not doing the DIY stuff like I normally do, but today I wanted to talk to you briefly about the D&D Essentials Kit, which is a relatively new product brought to you by Wizards of the Coast. And if you've seen this at the hobby store and you have been familiar with a number of the other materials that they've released over the years, you know that this is pretty similar, at least in its purpose, to the D&D starter set, the 5e starter set. And there are some similarities, but there is a lot of difference here. So you can see already, if you have the starter set, the difference in material and quantity of material and quality of material, for example, there is here. So just a quick brief overview. The 5e starter set is basically an adventure, some dice, kind of stripped down rule book, some pre-gen characters, and some marketing materials. And that's about it. And the dice that's included here, there is, I believe there's actually 6 dice. I actually have 7 because I finished out the set with an additional percentage dice. But anyway, so that's pretty much all you need. Like right out of the box, you've got everything you need to start a campaign. It's a campaign designed to take you from level 1 to level 5 using the Lost Mine of Phandelver campaign, which is kind of touted as being like one of the best, especially for beginners, campaigns that Wizards of the Coast has released. Arguably, I guess. Anyway, so what's the difference then? So the Essentials Kit is also a kit that includes dice, an adventure book, and rules, and some character sheets. But as you can see, there's a bit more to this whole thing. So first off, we'll go over the dice. The dice actually is, there's 11 of them here. So you have 4d6s, which is a little bit different from the original set. In the starter set, there's 1. And then you get 2 d20s included in here as well, which is kind of cool. You get the stack of cards, and these are all for the adventure, but there are cards in here that you can use for other adventures as well. And these are actually given to you in sheets, and they're perforated, so you have to punch them out or do like what I did. I just took an X-Acto knife to it just because I like smooth edges. And they are double-sided, they are in color, and there's a number of things. There's quest cards, there's combat cards, there's initiative, there are NPC/companion cards in here, magic items. Pretty cool, really, actually, a nice inclusion. They also include a kind of a collapsed box that you can put all your cards in, and they fit real nicely in there. And then, of course, they include this square-bound Dragon of Icespire Peak adventure book, which is 64 pages long. That is also the same amount of pages that comprises the Lost Mine of Phandelver. And they give you an Essentials Kit rule book, which here, this is actually double the amount of pages as the starter set rule book. And really the main differences here is that they really concentrate a lot on character development and character creation, in addition to getting really into detail about ability checks and things like that the starter set rulebook does not have. Some would argue that the starter set rulebook is better for beginners because it kind of gets to the point. There's less stuff to kind of parse through, but I think this one is keyed more specifically for going through the process of generating your character, rolling your character, the stats and all that stuff. So I think this is a superior rulebook, in my opinion, compared to the other one. Next, we have a two-sided map of the one side is the Sword Coast, and it's very pretty. It looks like to be about like 18 by 26 inches in size, and then the other side is Phandalin, which I'm not familiar enough yet with the campaign to really understand if Phandalin actually is something that appears in the adventure or not. However, with that being said, your adventurers may just end up there because adventurers go where adventurers go, even if you want them to or not. Nevertheless, if you decide that that's not you find out that that's not the case, you can utilize this map with the starter set because a majority of the first part of the campaign, I mean, I'm not giving any spoilers here, is located here in this town. Okay, there's that. And then next up we have the character sheets. The difference here between this set and the starter set is these are blank character sheets. You get 6 of them. can't even pick it up, but they're kind of a higher grade heavy stock paper, blank on both sides. Obviously you can get these online too if you don't want to write on the materials that you get with the package. Finally, marketing materials. On the opposite side here, there are some codes to get you 50% off of the Player's Handbook from D&D Beyond. That's the electronic version, by the way. And then also some other codes to get you content for, like for example, the digital version of the campaign here. Finally, back here we have a DM screen, which is kind of a neat inclusion. You'll notice, of course, that this is more of a like a heavy cardstock material. The artwork on here is, of course, quality, but the material is a little flimsy. Probably would blow over in a stiff breeze. If you were thinking of buying this kit specifically for the DM screen, that would not be my deciding factor for sure. And you'll note that this, when you compare it with the Gale Force 9 screens, you'll see that there's quite a bit of difference in the dimension. Also, the material that this is made of is obviously far superior and much more robust than this is. Anyway, but whatever. It's a nice inclusion if you want to get started and you just need a DM screen. And the great thing too, of course, is, and I just had this opened up before, but you have all these different stat tables and aids for you as a DM to have at the ready here to go over actions in combat, conditions, things you can do on your turn, etc. Good stuff. Just kind of wish that was a little more robust, but you know, whatever. It's $15. These things are $15 a piece. Totally worth the price. The adventure alone in the starter set is worth $15. All this other material is worth $15. A lot of these cards, not all of them, but a lot of these can be reused in other campaigns if you so desire. And of course, the map can be used as well. Yeah, it's definitely worth buying. I don't know much about the adventure just as of yet, but I suspect it's probably going to be quality, considering most of the other materials that Wizards of the Coast have released, for the most part, has been pretty good. This campaign will take your character from level 1 to level 6, whereas this one will take you from level 1 to level 5. But that's about it. That's, I mean, essentially it's an unboxing video, but I've already kind of, done some of the work here, cutting out the cards and whatnot. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have played this campaign and you want to comment, please do so in the comments below. If you have any other things to say about the Essentials Kit and your experiences with it, please, again, comment below. And I hope you all have a good one, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.